Okay, there we go. Good afternoon, Abnormals, and welcome back to the Ministry of Abnormality YouTube live broadcast. I'm your host, O Abnormal, and today is Friday, April 28th of 2023. Welcome back to my show. Today is Art Challenge Friday, and we got a pretty complex one today. We're going to do flagged lighting. I, of course, will be explaining about it as I go along, as I go through it. In the chat room, I see Mao and Pew. Hello to you both. How are you? How is it going? It's a sleepy, lazy Friday, Ma. What can I say? But here we are. It's time to level up. So that's what we're gonna do today. What about you? How's your Friday going? What are you up to? Okay. Let's do this. You had a visit from the UK this week, but they're gone now, so I can be here again. I am deeply offended. The only country I will accept that causes you to choose them over me would be Kenya. That's it. That's the only country that I will find acceptable. I mean, it could have been worse. Could have been France or Ken. I'll accept one specific person from Spain, but not Spain in general. No. Just one specific person from Spain. Only that. Anyway, so today we are going to the art challenge today is going to be something that is called flagged lighting. And hello, Nightcow. And flagged lighting is a very interesting concept when it comes to lighting in art, because it's something that photographers do a lot, but we, painters and dressmen and artists and stuff like that, we don't do it that much. Normally, when we consider lighting, we just kind of say, okay, the light comes from here. This is where the shadow would be. Let's add a rim light. Here we go. Maybe we cast some shadows and that's it. But flag lighting is used a lot in photography to, to give it a lot more expression, call people's attention to a certain area, make something a lot more interesting. Now, the idea of flag lighting comes from using flags. I do have an image here that we can use as an example right now. So the idea of flag lighting comes from using flags. In this case, as you can see here in this image, this right here is called a flag. And so they use this to block certain parts of the light. Now, the idea isn't that you're just casting the shadow on it and making, little shadow puppets, but the idea is that you're blocking parts of the light so that you can use them to create a better, a better lighting scheme. Here's, for example, here you can see, you cover in certain parts of the light. Sometimes they can be very, very noticeable. Like, for example, with Shatner lights, which literally were popularized by Star Trek because they needed to make it so that we wouldn't focus so much on William Shatner's hairpiece, and instead we would focus on his dreamy eyes. But you also see it a lot when they want to make a character more dramatic, like for example here with Lucius Malfoy in Hello Nat Class. How are you? So you see it here, for example, with Lucius Malfoy. They use flags to light up only his eyes, And you see it all throughout the Adams family, with Morticia Adams. Wait, I'll show you that example. They use it all throughout Adams family with Morticia Adams. It's pretty cool because when I saw the Adams family the first time and I was a kid, I didn't really notice that, but I saw it recently. I think in October maybe we saw Adams family.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well we no because we were living here. Yeah, well we saw Adams family, and we noticed like all the all the Shatner lights on Morticia Adams. So that's that's pretty cool. You can also use it to very dramatic effect. For example, here it is in James Bond and stuff like that. Now these, of course, all these examples are just on the eyes, right? But you of course can use flagged lighting for many other things. And since we are illustrating, we can pretty much imagine many different situations where flag lighting would occur. For example, light coming through the leaves of a tree, or light coming in through a window or through an open door, or stuff like that. Of course, at that point, we have to consider that light diffraction. So that's also going to happen in what we do. Now, my plan today is I'm going to first work with a character. I'm going to do a quick character, maybe take the first hour to make a character, and that character I'm going to color and light in a neutral way. And I'm going to use a technique for that, which is overcast lighting. So what you do with overcast lighting is that you keep your colors very neutral, and you keep only an occlusion pass, kind of lighting up those occlusion areas. And then you're just going to give very soft hints of volume. You're not going to do any dramatic lighting, anything like that. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Then after that, we're going to apply maybe an ambient light on top of it, or stuff like that, which we learned from last art challenge. So we might add a nice dark blue in hard light mode on top of it and stuff like that. And then I'm going to try another, like adding stuff here on top. And by the way, I don't know if any of this is going to work, because this is like just the plan. I haven't tried out the plan. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a light pass where with black and white, we are going to define where the light is going to hit. We're going to use that light pass as a mask to generate the parts where the character would get hit with light, and put that on top of the overcast pass and see what kind of results we get. Now, if you got lost at any point with my explanation here, just follow along. And we'll figure it out along the way, especially because I don't know if this is going to work. Let's hope it does. I've never done this before. Now, I have tried cut lights. I have tried flag lights. But the way I'm going to do it today is the first time I'm going to try to do it. Now, of course, this is the art challenge, so everybody is welcome to participate. Everybody is welcome to try it out in their own technique. And actually, it would be great if, you participate and you try it out your own way, because then maybe the rest of us can get something from that. I really loved last art challenge where between those of us that were participating, we kind of figured it out. And I think we all sort of ended up leveling up a little bit our color techniques by the end of the art challenge last time. So I'm hoping today, at the end of the art challenge, we will all have leveled up our lighting techniques. That all being said, let's get to work. So, yep, here we go. So, how is everybody? How are you all doing? How is the week ending? What's everybody up to? Okay, just in case anybody's wondering, I'm just gonna start out with the character that I'm going to apply all this on. But since I don't want to waste my time or yours, first let's do a proof of concept, right? So I'm gonna do a quick proof of concept that is going to take some time away from the other things, but at least I'll know where I'm going with things. And the way we're going to do a proof of concept here is I'm just going to do kind of like a random shape, right? We're just going to do a very random shape. I don't even know what this shape is. It's just a random shape, right? Something like that. I want something that will cast a shadow on itself. And so, like I said, we're going to give it a neutral coloring. Let's go with... let's just go with skin. We'll make it look really fleshy and disgusting. So, how's everybody's week ending? What happened this week? Nat class, you are supposed to have received or will receive your books today, aren't you? How's that going? They are out for delivery today. Oh, so they might not arrive today? Maybe during the weekend? Ah, okay. So they might arrive today. You are super tired. Okay. I'm also a little tired this week. Basically, yesterday I had I gotta take a cat to the vet, regular checkup, and I'm hoping they don't arrive while I'm gone. Husband is here, so it's fine. I just want to see the books get dropped off. Yeah, I understand the excitement. Definitely. Um, this week, a Mongoose book launched, so that was pretty interesting. I also had a very kind of basically yesterday. Okay, so there was a little bit of a misunderstanding uh, with a client this week where I kind of misunderstood when they needed the images for, and basically what ended up happening was that wait, I'll just show you guys. Give me a sec. So what ended up happening was I was just working on myself. And around 5 a.m., I normally wake up at 3. So I woke up at 3 to work, and I was working on this image, which you guys have seen me work on the stream, right? So I'm working at this image, and around 5 a.m., what I have is the line work, right? So I have the line work, and suddenly I get a message, and it becomes clear to me that there was a little bit of a misunderstanding of when I had to deliver the image. I thought I had to deliver it on Friday, but it turns out they needed it for Thursday, not Friday. That's something that happens with time zones. It happens when you work with time zones. So basically, I had to finish that image from line work to what you see here in 1 hour. And I'm happy. I'm very happy with how it turned out. But that just left me like yesterday I spent the entire day like more tired than I've been in a very long time. But yeah, it ended up looking pretty cool. But yeah, that was okay. So thank you. Okay, so check it out. So we're doing a very, very, very neutral kind of little thing here. We're not really working on the lighting in a very specific way. So what we're going to do, skin flaps. So what we're going to do is we're going to darken this a little bit here. Okay. And we're going to add, let's add a color filter on top of this. We'll go with ambient light. Let's say that is the ambient light. We're going to put that in multiply mode. So this is overcast lighting, right? We don't have anything very specific in terms of where the light is hitting or anything like that. We might even want to darken this like so or something like that, right? And then what we're going to do is we are going to do a cast light, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look up on Google because, let's not waste time here. I'm going to look for tree shadow, and we're going to use that. Let's see what image I can use. There should be a pretty good one. Okay, I'm going to grab something like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to edit the levels on this a little bit. We're going to edit the levels. So make that a lot darker there, a lot lighter there. Something like that. We're going to take away the color from it. Okay, and let's make that even blacker like that. Okay. We're going to grab that. Put it here. Okay, it's a little small, but we don't care right now. Just going to go with something like that for now. Okay. Now what we're going to do is... Okay, first of all, let's see what we can get if we go, for example... What happens if we separate... What happens if we separate the white from the black? That sounded awful, but... Okay, we're gonna separate the white from the black. Okay. Let's bring that there. And we're just gonna use that. Let's put a... For example, let's go here with that. We'll put that in overlay, and we'll use this as a mask. Yeah, whatever. Oh, God, okay. And then we project a little bit the shadow of this, right? Because it is getting that shadow. Like if we define a little bit those shadows there. Epic Samurai! Some days ago I took apart my stylus a few times and finally managed to fix it. With the new drivers and everything, the tablet feels like new. Well, awesome! Welcome to the challenge. So, okay, what happens if we increase the darkness of this and then remove that from here? Okay, that's too much. Yeah, hello, Felix. I know who you are. Okay. But look at this. We don't need that much intensity in the light layer. We can kind of keep it. I think it works. I think it works. Wait. What happens if later on we give this a lens blur? Gonna make it really intense, really high. Oh, wait. Okay, so we need that. And we're gonna make it really, really, really blur. I'm gonna blur the fuck out of it. Which didn't really do anything. Okay, we're just gonna go this way. Oh, okay, I see what happened. There we go. What just happened? Wait, what did I do? I made some sort of mistake here. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. Okay, I think at least conceptually this works. So now let's make a character. So who's joining me on this challenge? Okay, we got ourselves a Mao. We got ourselves a Night Cow. We got ourselves a Felix. Okay, let's try and get through this drawing. So, what else do we have about your weeks? Tell me about what you've all been doing. You finally watched John Wick 4. What did you think, Mao? What did you think of John Wick 4? Has anybody else watched John Wick 4, by the way? No, so we can avoid spoilers. Loved it, especially the Hotline Miami Easter egg. Oh, that was so awesome, wasn't it? Game assets that have been turned in and now back to zombie. Fight Club is great. Pulp Fiction I like even better. I'm like, I mean, I don't have to choose. I can watch both. But if it came to a choice, I'm more into Pulp Fiction than I am into Fight Club. Have I watched anything lately? Okay, let's see. Okay, Pew made me watch a Sherlock movie, and I think it might be the end of our relationship. So you guys know that Sherlock series, right? Which by the way, defund the BBC. They make that garbage. Defund the BBC. Like, why is the BBC still a thing? Anyway, so there's this Sherlock series, right? And so there's this movie that is apparently Sherlock and Watson in an alternate reality where they are actually in the late 1800s or early 1900s. And so I watched the first half of it and I am loving it. It is so good. And then halfway through, it just takes a nosedive. And in the end, you're thinking, why the fuck did I watch this? What was the point of watching this thing? I hated it. I hated it so much. And I mean, this is Colombia, so we don't have the BBC. So I don't really have anybody to blame, so I guess Pew's gonna have to take it. So yeah, that was we watched that. I don't know, it seems to me like it's gonna be one of those things that like we bring up to like throw into each other's face when we're having an argument. Like 6 years from now, she's gonna say like, "Why did you murder my family?" And I'm gonna be like, "Well, you made me watch Sherlock," and like, and I'll win the argument. But wait, what else did we watch? We watched Practical Magic. Yes, that one was awesome. That one was great. Pew found out that I had never watched Practical Magic, and it's one of her favorite movies. So she basically said like unacceptable, and we watched Practical Magic, and it was some great '90s fun. It was it was some great '90s fun. You know, Sandra Bullock, or yeah, and other people, Nicole Kidman, and Well, that was actually how the movie felt in that class. The movie was like, oh wow, this is really, really good. And I even told Pew like, oh wow, this is like really, really, really good. And it was. It was phenomenal until halfway through the movie. It just goes, and that was that. Like at the beginning of the movie, I was like, "Oh, that Sherlock is such a, you know, acid little fella." I identify. And by the end of the movie, I was going, "Why does anybody put up with this douche?" Like, Sabrina, hello. How are you, beautiful? How's your week ending? So, Sabrina, how's your Friday? How's it going today? What are you up to? How's your week ending? Defrosting my fridge. Okay. Ah, Mo, any excuse not to stay with us, huh? Friday is good. Just wrapped up the final animation on our announcement trailer. So my boss gave me the task of paint something we can use for marketing. I don't care what it is. You painting a dick? Hey, maybe you can do the art challenge for that. I mean, it definitely goes with the style. Wouldn't you agree? Uh, Still, I'm eager to watch the trailer. Let us know when we can watch it. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm looking for hairdos. You know, when one is bald, one has to reference hairdos. Let's see what I can find. Let's see. What if I go more for Viking female hair? Oh, okay. Here's something a lot more interesting. Still working with the sound guys. Yeah. Yeah, that'll probably give it another couple of. That'll probably make it come out later. So. Okay, let's see. Looking for a nice little reference for. Here we go. Okay. So here we're gonna do a bunch of knots and stuff. Here it's just gonna go up. Here we'll have some little messy hair. Here will come out a braid. This part here, I'm looking at a reference image from the Vikings show. There, something like that. We'll keep this arm. Let's see. Wait, I have Pinterest. Look at one of the many references I put on Pinterest. I haven't entered Pinterest in ages still, especially since they play so fast and cozy with AI. And then I made some VFX bubbles and goopy drips, and it blew my boss's mind. I know you said you could animate, but I thought just simple stuff. Oh, that boss of yours. Oh. Oh, that's a keeper. What a charming man. Uh, well, we like your animation. Okay, let's try to remember that the whole point of this is not the drawing, but the lighting, so... Let's try to keep it simple. Mao! The guy that will sell out his friends for orange juice. What is my favorite drink for hot days? I think my favorite drink is I like lemonade variations. Coconut lemonade is great. Um, Cherry lemonade is great. Uh, I I also love soda water with lemon and salt. Um, which here we call michelada. I like that a lot. Just salt on the edges of the cup. Um, and that is delicious. Um, and not gonna deny it. I love me a good Coca-Cola. Don't drink as much these days, but I still very much love a good Coca-Cola. Actually, yes, Mao. Uh, Colaipola is a refajo. Uh, they're reimagining and re-releasing Layers of Fear with Unreal. Oh, so that's what that was. Because I saw that they were announcing Layers of Fear, and I was like, didn't I play Layers of Fear already? And I kind of just got distracted and didn't really pay that much attention to it. Beyond that, um, that's what that was very confusing. They were not very clear in that marketing. Oh, I want it. When is it coming out? When is it coming out? I want it. June? It's not that bad. That's not that bad to wait. Besides, I am one of those people that thinks that Bloober Team making a new Silent Hill is, well, no, they're making the Silent Hill 2 remake, but okay. But anyway, when they said that Bloober Team was making the Silent Hill remake, I was one of the people that thought that is great. That is great. That is perfect for me. So Hello, Mr. Moku. How's your Friday, Mr. Moku? No, just asking how your Friday was. I'm here about to start playing with lighting, so that's great. Had a had a had a pretty fine morning. I was painting planets for a client, um, which has turned out to be a pretty interesting job, painting planets. I actually, once that job is done and delivered, I'll have to do a tutorial for YouTube on how to paint planets with Blender, because it's a lot of fun. Actually, you get to make your own planet and have them look like a real planet, and you can take close-up photos, and it looks really, really cool. And then we went to the gym, and the gym was also fine. We took a shower, which is relevant because we have not had water for we haven't had water for 2 days in this apartment. If you guys remember, oh, right, you guys were here. Okay, if you guys remember last Tuesday, last Tuesday, Mao wasn't here because he decided that some rando from the UK was more important than us, his family. So Mao doesn't know because he was too busy with betrayal. You betrayed the family. How are you gonna watch Fast and Furious now, Mao? Whenever Vinny mentions family, you will have to bow your head in shame. It's just family. Anyway, yeah, and I haven't watched 9. I keep on telling. It's funny because every time I tell Pew like we have to watch Fast and Furious 9, she gives me like a dodgy look, like she avoids the subject. Like I tell her, like, hey, we haven't watched Fast and Furious 9, and she's like, oh look, a leaf or something like she. Anyway, yes. So if you guys remember, last Tuesday we had a pretty intense storm. Well, apparently the storm was so intense that it actually, the road where we live further up collapsed, and the damage was so huge that the road, like just a block up from where we live, that road is going to be closed for like 6 months because it just collapsed. And our water supply comes from further up the mountain. We don't get the city's regular water supply. We get our water supply from like from a company that just, you know, gets it directly from the river right here where we live. And apparently the damage was so intense that they, like, we don't really know when we're gonna get water back. They were saying that they had fixed it and that it was just a matter of cleaning out the tanks and stuff, but it's been 2 days and we don't have any water. So today we took a shower at the gym, and tomorrow my plan is to just pour tuna all over myself and have the cats give me a bath. So I might be a little red next week when you guys see me next. But yeah, we don't have. Do we have water? Let's see. Let me check. Not even a drop. Yeah. We're basically going to have to oh no, we don't even have cold water. We had cold water up until yesterday, like a little teeny weeny bit. But today we have nothing. No water at all. Well, hopefully it's not going to take as long to fix as the road. I mean, I was talking about that yesterday with Pew, that like if it's going to be like 6 months without water or something, we might just have to move. And but hopefully it won't come down to that. That's just being dramatic. I'm pretty sure it won't come down to that. Because yesterday we were told that it was actually already fixed, that all they were missing was cleaning the tanks and all that. So and thank you for your well wishes. Yeah, I'm just right now we're clean, so, and as long as we don't roll in the mud or anything, we should be okay. Hopefully. I think it says a lot about the world we live in, or at least about me in general, that I stress out more when I don't have internet than when I don't have water. I don't have any water. Well, okay, we'll see what happens. When I don't have internet, that's like, oh my god, how am I supposed to live like this? we actually today we showered at the gym. Oh, we also started watching Mandalorian season 2. That one I thought was, I mean, we just saw one episode, but it's basically however long it lasts, I suppose half an hour. It's like half an hour of awesome and Pew going, "Oh." And that's watching The Mandalorian in this house. And it's not just because of Grogu Baby Yoda. No. Like she fell in love with the banthas. She fell in love with the banthas. She fell in love with the little dog like creatures that the Tusken Raiders had. This lady I'm drawing kind of looks like Pew. Oh, that's cool. Pew, this is you. Sorry I give you a little bit of a bitch face, though. Okay. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to color it very neutral. Right? We're going to color it very, very neutral. It's not going to have like super we're not going to light it. We're just going to color it in a very, very neutral way. And then we're going to add some very, very, very basic lighting, just occlusion, a couple of values here and there. And from there, we'll continue. So what's everybody up to this weekend? Yard work and playing games. Working on a new contest. Again, hey, dude, I mean, why stop? What's this contest? You want to stay inside all weekend? Well, we might have to if there's no water. We'll just be a stinky couple all weekend. Our cats will avoid us. I had a lawn maintenance guy quote me $900 to clean up a yard. How much are you charging? How big is your yard anyway? French book editor works with Japanese jury for manga contests and good winning prizes. Awesome. What is the prize? Best of luck, too. Oh, yeah. Me and Pew were going to the bookstore this weekend to get the first Harry Potter book, which we still have not been able to solve the mystery of what happened to the copy we had. Like we had it. Where did it go? I still don't know. No, I had a soft cover English version of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and I don't know where it went. I don't know what happened to it. Something. I mean, it went somewhere. No, I think the Spanish one we gave away. Because we don't keep Spanish books in this house. So the Spanish version we gave away. The English version I lost, basically. I'm pretty sure I probably just lent it to somebody and never got it back. I've actually seen that guy. 7-day travel in Japan and the contest being published in Japan Magazine. Contract with the French publisher for a short manga. Wacom won in 1 year of odds. Wow, that is a good prize. That is a good prize. Well, best of luck. Let's go with... I'm going to start with blonde hair and we'll see where it goes. mean, we're gonna level all these colors later on anyway. I'm also very excited for next week because next week I'm gonna start work on the um, Game Master screen for Mongoose. So it's gonna be a huge image. It's gonna take a lot of time, a lot of work. But I'm very excited for it. It should. Hey, hey. What? Oh, okay, okay. And you guys know me. You guys know me. I'm not, I'm not gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna go all out and make like this crazy. I want it to be the best Game Master screen that. Well, this is probably something that only those of you that have played tabletop role-playing games and have shared the passion will identify with, but I love me a good Game Master screen, and the art on Game Master screens has always been just insanely good. So I feel like it's, this is, as they say, this is my time to shine. And so I will. I will shine like in the words of is it Rihanna? Shine bright like a diamond? Yeah. Okay. So in the wise words of the poet, Anna of Bree, it is my time to shine bright like a diamond. So I shall. Is she still doing stuff? I never saw her again. Yeah, where'd you go, Riri? Never saw you after Valerian. The movie that sometimes I think only me and Pew like. She's having a second kid? I didn't even know she had the first one. Oh, I like her less now. She revealed it at the Super Bowl? I have to admit, the Super Bowl is not what I thought it was. Like, the Super Bowl is not the place I would assume a person is revealing that they're pregnant. That is not. I guess it just goes to show how much I know about the Super Bowl, but That I wasn't under the impression that was the audience for that kind of thing, you know? Like, but hey, what do I know? The only song I know by Rihanna is None, because that Shine Bright Like a Diamond, that's all I know about that song. That she says that shine bright like a diamond. The end. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I I thought that maybe she like went on stage and told everybody that she had some very exciting news, and then she said that she was pregnant, and like the football players came out and they cried, and everybody was super excited, and the Super Bowl halftime show was a baby shower. I mean, that's what I assumed. I don't see why you would blame me for assuming that. It makes the most sense. They did a gender reveal. So what they did is they set up two goalposts. Uh One blue and the other one pink. Yes, I know, very gender normative, but what you gonna do? So, one blue goalpost, the other pink goalpost, and then Rihanna like kicked the ball to go through the goalpost, and that was the gender reveal. The baby's gender is a foul. He's Yep. I actually okay. I don't actually know what it's called when they miss the goalposts and those things, but I'm gonna go with foul. I think foul is a pretty safe bet. So yeah, the baby's gender is foul. Okay, now we're gonna add some very, very basic lighting. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add some occlusion lighting, right? I I think the likelihood of us actually knowing about any of those things lies in Rihanna's favor. Like I would definitely be less surprised if we knew more about Rihanna than if we knew a lot about the Super Bowl. What the hell? Oh, okay. Like one of us turns out to be a Rihanna super fan, that wouldn't be surprising to me. Uh, I don't know what Rihanna super fans are called. A lot of those musicians have like names that their super fans are supposed to be called, like Lady Gaga's Monsters and Taylor Swift's um, Swifties. I was saying that as a joke. I didn't think they were actually called that. Swifties for real? I meant that as a joke. I didn't really think they were called. That's a horrible name. They are called Swifties. Oh, okay. Okay. Sure. Why not? They're called Swifties. Oh, wow. I was just being... And I even like Taylor Swift. She's just fine by me. I mean, uh, uh I'd be hard pressed to think about more than two of her songs. I know she has one about shaking it either out or off, which I actually think is a fun song. It's off. Oh, you shake it off. Okay. Um. Uh. And That's it. That's all I know. I know she sings like country music sometimes, and I like country music. So especially when it's like with female vocals. So that's that. But that's it. But like I wouldn't identify any of that. I know Pew likes Taylor Swift, but I don't know how much.
Not to the point to be a Swiftie.
Not to a point of being a Swiftie, okay. Well, I know that she has a song about taking it out. No, shaking it out. Oh, it's off. Off. Okay, she shakes it off, not out. But if you shake it off, it goes out. So I guess it counts. I think she had one song where she had like a friend that they were not friends anymore and they were arguing. So she made a song about the argument. I believe that person was either... Was it Ariana Grande or Selena Gomez or somebody that is similar to them? Yeah, I think she had a... What? She has a problem with Katy Perry? So I know she had a problem with somebody and she made a song about it and they all show up in the song and stuff like that, which I'm guessing is the Taylor Swift equivalent of a rapping diss track. So I'm guessing that's what it was about. Rap battles and stuff like that. So yeah, I think that was a thing. Let's see, what else do I know? She's quite famous for making songs about her ex-boyfriends, but I have to admit, I know more about the ex-boyfriends than the songs about the ex-boyfriends. Like, I know she was with John Mayer, and I actually like John Mayer's music. But I think it's kind of... Like, she has a song about her ex, John Mayer. I don't know which song it is, by the way.
Dear John.
It's called Dear John.
Yeah.
Well, that's not subtle at all. Called Dear John? Well, I guess we know who won that breakup. Because I suppose John Mayer doesn't have a song called Dear Taylor. And that's where you know he won the breakup. Dear John. It's called Dear John? Oh my god. Talk about not getting over a guy. At least Carly Simon had the dignity of making You're So Vain and just having the guy wonder forever if it was him or not. It must be annoying to date famous people. Yeah, but think of all the free food. I'm pretty sure famous people get tons of free food. And I know you like food, Mom. Don't say you don't. I know you do. Oh, breaking up. Oh, okay. Breaking up with famous people must be annoying. Yeah, I guess. You're all for free food. You want wings? Is this related to the topic, or you just decided that you want wings? On the topic of food, I have determined that I want wings.
Check the chat.
Oh, you want wings too? Wait, did you post this before or after you saw Maul do it?
With mouth.
Oh, you posted it with Maul. Pew wants wings too. Today we had a burger for lunch. We had a burger from Clap Burger. Have you had that one, Mo? It's a very unfortunate name, but okay, now let's do a little bit of retouching here and there. What if we were to, just for the sake of, oh, isn't this interesting? Let's see. Ooh, I think, have I read any good books lately? We've actually been a little bit behind on our book objectives because well, not really unfortunately. Fortunately, we've been so busy that we've been ending our days just exhausted. So, so the end of the day, which is the time we would normally read, we're just kind of collapsing. You finished The Girl with All the Gifts. Oh. I did, however, get a book to start reading. Actually got it. I literally got it last night. To start reading a book that's called Relentless. And it's actually, well, I guess you can classify that as a self-help book. It's not a novel. It's a book from the guy that trained like Michael Jordan and LeBron James and stuff like that. He was like their personal trainer. And it's supposed to be a book about what like, you know, what takes you from good to great. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna be reading that. And I think Pew is, I don't know if she's almost done with The Witcher Blood of Elves.
Yeah.
And I think she's going to continue with Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Which is a repeat, right? Like I mean, she's obviously read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Oh, wow, I hadn't saved. But we've been watching a lot of Harry Potter lately, so it kind of brought back a lot of cool memories and the desire to revisit the books. So now we're just gonna give it I'm actually gonna level out the colors. I'm gonna level them out with a hint of green. Let's see. Maybe here? So we're gonna level out the colors with a hint of green. And then what I'm gonna do is, let's see actually what happens if I take away the skin from that. I'm gonna take away the skin. I'm gonna do that and invert that. Maybe lower that. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna add a very, very basic volume layer. So we're just gonna do very, very, very basic volumes on this. Nothing terribly exciting or anything like that. Just make some parts darker, stuff like that. Like adjust the values a little bit. Then we're gonna make it all very dark, and we're gonna do the flag lighting. Need to polish some stuff here in the background though. Oh, sorry, in the shapes. Okay. So, for example, we're just gonna darken a little bit here. Just, you know, to kind of differentiate some planes and stuff like that. Nothing too exciting, nothing too complex. Just a little bit of lighting here and there. Like a little bit here in the ear. Maybe, oh yeah, definitely here. Gonna soften that out. Yeah, this part of the lighting is just to add a little bit of definition but the most basic, not, nothing too complex. Just so that when we add the flag lights, that there's actually something there in terms of volume and stuff like that, right? We don't want it to be just plain. But right now, we're not really concerned with, where the light is going or anything of that sort. Just the very, very basics of volume. And we might want to add a little bit of more color complexity, but we'll do that after we do the flag lighting pass, because who knows, we don't want to add a bunch of details and a bunch of colors and stuff like that later on just have them not show up, right? So especially seeing that I have to practice a lot of line economy on the face, because I also want to improve my beauty game. So let's do that. So Sabrina, now that you've finished The Girl with All the Gifts, what's next? What's your next book? What's your next conquest? Also, now I'm curious. What book will you guys read over and over again? Like, what book will you just reread and reread and... I'm in between two other books right now. The Tattooist of Auschwitz and Between Two Fires. I like to jump around books so that I don't get burnt out on just one. Oh, you're like me. Pew is like... Pew will stick to one book like she sticks to one video game. Can you believe the kind of creep I live with? She plays one video game until she's done. I cannot do that shit. It's scary. You're bad at rereading books. Terry Goodkind a lot. What about you, Pew? No, a book that you read over and over. Or are you also bad at that? Well, no, wait. That made it sound like you're bad at a lot of things. It's because Sabrina said that she was bad at that. So,
No.
oh, you also bad at that, like at everything else. Uh, Between Two Fires is a medieval horror book, but I compare it more to something like The Witcher. Mainly horror because the main character fights monsters. And Mao rereads Goosebumps. Oh, Mao is huge into Goosebumps. It's a thing with Mao. I don't know if you've ever seen Mao's Goodreads. It's like a list of Goosebumps. Tattooist book is a sad Holocaust thing based on a real story, but I might give up. The writing is really bad. Don't have one now, but I remember a book when I was young and read it several times in a few weeks. What was that? I'm curious. Do you feel an obligation to finish books that you start, Sabrina? I abandon books like it's nobody's business. Like just, I will easily abandon a book. What?
I'm game. Video game.
Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah, I will abandon video games, no problem. Just not finishing that. Sometimes I feel bad. Like sometimes I'll abandon a video game and feel bad about it. And sometimes it's just, oh, I'll finish it some other time. The end. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna add. I'm gonna go here, add that, put that in hard light. Let's see how that goes. Oh no, we're gonna put that in multiply. Maybe even make it a little bit darker. And a little book from a French writer about a kid in prehistoric times who discovers art and how it's treated by his clan between superstitions and questioning. But it's French. So basically it's oui oui. The entire book. Oui oui le boubou. As the French say. Haven't been many abandoned ones. Just made a separate shelf on my Goodreads. This for did not finish. What is a book I abandoned? Most most of them. Most of them. But okay, a book I abandoned like explicitly as in I am not going to continue reading it. Most I just abandoned because, hyperactive, just kind of end up doing something else, stuff like that. But that I abandoned as in, oh, I'm not liking this book. I'm not going to continue reading it. Uh, uh, the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe. I Edgar Allan Poe is awesome conceptually, but when it comes to actually reading Edgar Allan Poe, oh no, no. No, no. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones. I started Game of Thrones and went, no, I'm not reading this. Yeah, I abandoned Game of Thrones. But like I said, I mean, these are like that I actually abandoned them, as in I'm not going to continue reading this and that's it. Which to me is very different from just I started reading it and didn't finish it. So yeah, Game of Thrones, Edgar Allan Poe, The Complete Works. I think those are the two that I remember right now. Pew has this special magic power that she will grab a book that she doesn't like and she will finish it. It's I admire that. I've seen her like sitting down with a book, reading it, and I'm like, "Hey, how's that book?" I'm not liking it very much. Wow. Okay. That's yeah, that's not that is quite the power. Ah, so your ghost book phase is done for now. That's interesting. Wait, why am I deactivating all of these? I don't need to do that. I can just group them. Really? Amityville. I've always been curious about Amityville. You know, they make so many movies about it. I thought, hey, you know, I wonder what this thing's got in the book department. I remember Pew thought that House on Haunted Hill was. Wait, did you abandon that one? No, you finished it. But I remember she hates that book. House on Haunted Hill. Haunting of Hill House. House on Haunted Hill is something else. Haunting of Hill House. Oh yeah, I love the show, but Okay. Here's one. We're having a very bookwormy afternoon. I like it. But here's one. Okay. So we all know the cliche. We all know the cliche of the book was better, right? When we watch a movie or or anything like that, and the book was better. But what is your biggest case of, yeah, the book was definitely better? Like, what is your biggest case of the book was better? Oh, that was a you didn't even have to think about that one. Handmaid's Tale. Yeehaw, Handmaid's Tale. Like right there. The show was better. Okay, let's see. Let's try this. Okay, so let's try it first with just... I'm going to try it first with just a simple Shatner light. Let's do a simple Shatner light. Okay? So we're just going to do a Shatner light. I'm going to lower the opacity a little bit. And we're going to work with black and white here. So I'm just going to do a simple Shatner light. You have a lot of show was better? Oh, okay. Which one? I'm curious. Which show was better? Firefly? Wait, is there a Firefly book? Okay, if we put this... Oh. Oh, look at this. Huh. Look at this. Hello, Time Pool. Thanks, Time Pool. I'm glad you think so. Harry Potter is mixed for me. Both versions have their positives. No, I have to admit that I am definitely in the camp of the books are better with Harry Potter. But I enjoy the movies a lot. I love the movies. But I do think that the books were better. Okay, this is... This is very interesting. Look at this. See that? Like, and this is just a simple overlay layer with black and white. See that? Like, this is just a black and white layer. Wait, that's dissolved. This is just a black and white layer right there. And after applying like everything like this, you just when an eye is exposed to bright light, do the two pupils retract or only the one exposed? I don't know, but I do know that pirates, the reason pirates wore eye patches wasn't because they were missing an eye. They wear eye patches because if they had to go below deck, they could flip up the eye patch and that eye would be accustomed to darkness, which wouldn't work if both pupils were dilating or contracting equally. So, and I know that works, but at the same time, what Sabrina says is also true. If you only have one reaction, you're supposed to have a brain injury. But I wonder if that's if both eyes are getting light, right? Like, because the pirate eye patch thing has been demonstrated to work. So that wouldn't work if both pupils were doing it equally. Yeah, I think it's what in that class says. Like, if both eyes are exposed to light and they don't react equally, then it's a problem. But yeah. Okay, so check that out. That's pretty interesting. Okay, and that class was saying, does having a narrative help make flag lighting decisions? I would assume so, but at the same time, it also kind of has this it's very interesting how you can just kind of highlight the part of the image that you want attention in if you're not super dramatic with it. Like in this case, it might be like, yeah, you want something there. I'm actually going to get a Google image of a tree shadow again. I'm gonna get a Google image of a tree shadow. I'm just gonna get the same one. Okay. Huh. So I guess that according to that, both eyes should contract equally, even with one. Yeah, I guess I just don't know. Wouldn't be the first time Mythbusters failed me. Wouldn't be the first time. What's another time they failed you? They weren't able to make the they weren't able to fabricate the laser death machine. But they, oh shit, I forgot the word in English. They were testing if taking a magnifying glass. They were supposed to make a magnifying glass death machine. And they couldn't do it. They couldn't make it. They couldn't make the magnifying death machine work. I was very disappointed, and I expected more. Here I'm just gonna retouch a little bit to kind of cover up parts that wouldn't be getting that light, and maybe uncover parts where I want to get a little bit more dramatic. You know, just kind of favoring some areas over another. Also, there was that other time that the Mythbusters tried to create a vibration machine that would knock down a building, and they failed. I was very disappointed. Very disappointed. And I have to admit that Mythbusters falls under the category of I don't know if this happens to any of you guys a lot, but shows that I watched at one time and absolutely loved, but now I watch them again and it's like, I guess you weren't that good. I don't know. I definitely enjoyed it more way back than I enjoy them at like now. I don't find them that enjoyable anymore. That is probably a me problem, but it's, for example, one of the things. Yeah, I think there's a very good point there, Time Pool, because one of the things that I find most difficult to enjoy about the Mythbusters these days is that I find the humor absolutely unbearable. Like, just like, oh my god, these jokes are the worst thing I've ever heard. Please stop. Acid T. I'm trying to rewatch Supernatural. Actually, we Acid T, we were thinking about rewatching Supernatural as we were working, but Pew started watching the Winchesters. I don't know what she thinks of it though, because I wasn't paying that much attention. I think she didn't think it was that good. Okay, what happens if we complement this with okay, what happens if we make another one of these? Oh, that's nice. Wait a sec. Oh, I think that the first 3, 4 seasons of Supernatural are absolutely awesome. I will gladly rewatch the first 3 to 4 seasons of Supernatural. No problem. No problem at all. After that, it gets a little difficult for me to watch. But the first 3 to 4 seasons of Supernatural, where it's just them hunting, like you know, monsters and stuff. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I'll watch that. Oh, it is definitely like homework. It's not like it's definitely not I mean the original, because I like I said, I didn't pay that much attention to the Winchesters. But the show yeah, it's not an easy watch. I wouldn't consider it an easy watch, even the original. You want to re-watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the '90s version? I don't know about that. I mean, I know about it. I've seen it, but I don't know how rewatchable it is. The original Sabrina? I know you love it. Um, I do find that a lot of people love Sabrina because of the fashion. But then they kind of also did a little bit something of that with the new one, right? Or how do we feel about the new one? I watched how many seasons of Sabrina, the new one, did I watch?
One.
No, I did. I remember we watched season 2.
Oh, two.
I I I got out of Sabrina when at the end she closes the gates to hell or something like that. Which one was that?
I don't know.
Like, that was my exit from Sabrina. Not because of that, just, that was. I remember that's the last I saw of that show. Hmm. Getting fatigued on gritty remakes. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Um, I've never watched it myself, but just for fun, I watched the video the other day about Riverdale. Holy crap! I never heard anything so insane in my entire life. Like, that was, oh wow, that was. It was so insane. Like, the stuff that they said happened in that show sounded so insane that it made me want to watch it. But I'm not gonna. but it made me curious about the show. Is this a bad time to talk about my Mario remake where he's actually on drugs the whole time? Isn't that a wild and crazy concept? Well, in Mario 2, he's sleeping, and you can interpret that in different ways. I like the fashion on the new one, but sometimes I feel a few shows are very, very politically induced. I don't know. I shall pass the civics class. I I think when it comes to social messaging and stuff like that, I think subtle works better because I think it's the basic sci-fi principle where you can touch on delicate topics, but since they're in a sci-fi setting, these topics kind of enter in a much more kind of subtle manner, and therefore the message is actually stronger. Um, really? Where are you seeing that time pool? I've never seen that. I mean, I've heard the jokes about Mario being on drugs, but like the actual doing of that, I've never. Well, okay, well there is like Jelly Mario, which I guess Jelly Mario is very trippy. So there is that. Okay, so I think she looks pretty cool. Uh which is interesting because like the base lighting was kept to a minimal. Right? Like we didn't really do much with the base lighting. But it seems that with the basic shapes and the flag lighting, which in this case is more like cut lighting because we're not using flags, we're using like a tree shape to cut the lighting. But anyway, that's really not important. But anyway, it seems that what the cut lighting does is it kind of gives you this very, very good idea of what the rest of the shapes are supposed to be. And so the volumes of the image sort of resolve themselves, right? Which means you don't really have to sort of sit down and do all the volume all the time. The brain kind of solves the rest of the volume for you. Well, thank you. I think it's an interesting technique because you are kind of tricking the viewer into thinking that there's a lot more going on with the lighting than there actually is. And that is actually great because it gives us more time to sort of work in terms of style. You know, we can focus more on the style of what's going on, but also because whenever you leave things for the brain to resolve, they always end up way, way, way better than they possibly could if you had just done them yourself. Right? Like the brain is always going to come up with a better solution than anything we can draw. So allowing the viewer's brain to solve most of the lighting creates much better lighting. But you do have to give those hints, right? Like you can't just leave it all up to the brain. You do have to give it hints. And that's what we're doing here. We're giving the brain a few hints, right? Like just a few. We have to make sure we don't overdo it. But you just give the brain a few simple hints about what you want it to think, and the brain takes care of the rest. Yes, definitely. Now, what happens if we add a little bit of cast shadows to whatever is happening here, right? Like here, you know, because the lighting is coming in and we might want to cast some shadows. But we have to keep them soft. So for example, we can cast a shadow here with the nose. think the light is probably not strong enough for that. Okay, then what happens when we add an extra layer of... Okay, we're gonna go with a much lighter solution here, a little bit greener. Increase that, but we're only gonna add it in very, very specific. Actually, why don't we just that kind of lighting in photography we use sometimes we call witches. That is sometimes a flag with texture. Nice. I like that name too. Witch lighting. Nice. Okay, let's see. And here we're gonna add that. We're gonna put it in lighten mode and attach it there. And that should give us, oh, that gives us a very, very nice kind of light coming in there and there. What happens if then... Okay, let's add a little bit here. I'm gonna first I'm gonna do the specular. Let's do the specular so we can have a very nice little, bit of lighting right there. I'm gonna put this in color dodge. See if we get something interesting there. But it's not really doing what I wanted it to do. So I'm going to put it here in screen mode. And then we're just going to kind of play a little bit with that light coming in. Maybe even make it a little bit. Just a little hint. Not a lot. That one might be a little bit too much. And I'm gonna add a little bit of it here, but I might make it disappear a little bit because I do want to keep this eye in darkness. I'm gonna lower that. And then I'm gonna put a little bit of that on it and just sort of subdue that one. Actually, maybe even entirely. Kind of keep it very, very light. Okay, and so here's what I'm thinking we can do. Let's apply what we learned last week, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab the whole thing and we're gonna apply a hard light layer, right there. So we're gonna apply that, and then where's my navigator anyway? Oh, okay, and then after we've applied that hard light layer, we're going to... But wait, we're gonna make this one... Let's make this one a lot more saturated, and yeah, we're just gonna push that color, right? How much? Let's say there, right? Okay. So now we got that hard light layer. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the white from that. And we're going to make... Oops, sorry. I'm just going to make a black layer with that. Right there. And then we're going to put that in saturation mode. And lower the opacity of that. We're going to remove anything that is not on her. And then that warms up that light. But I think it stops looking like light. Now it just looks like a skin condition. So we do want that saturated kind of thing. I love the unification of the color here. But maybe... what happens if we put this in the background? Come on, go down. Go down. Ah, come on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna put this here in the background. Activate that. Put that in overlay mode. Expand it a little bit. We don't need you. Gonna expand that a little bit. Okay, and then we are going to blur the fuck out of it. Okay, well, good luck with the vet appointment, Nat, class, and don't forget to show us those books. They arrive. Have fun with your... Okay, that's definitely making that background work a lot better. But what happens if we clear it up a little bit here? Oh, wow. Photoshop is not liking this. Oh, wow. Do you see that? We might have to close Photoshop and open it again. Let's see. Oh my god. What's that about? Okay, no. Closing Photoshop and we'll see. Oh, crap. Okay, I do not know what's happening there. So let's, for now, just do that. And we'll do it this... This is something with the video card. Yeah, or, you know, Pew was having a lot of problems with the latest Photoshop update as well. She actually had to roll back. I don't know if the problem has been solved since you did. Yeah, it did. Yeah, maybe it's time for a rollback. Can't have these type of problems. Okay. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'll be right back. Be right back. Fortunately, I don't have the whole urination thing to put on, so I'll just be right back. Okay, we're back. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to save a new version of this file. Flag lights 2. And what I'm going to do is we can actually just grab this entire thing, group it up. No, not you. Group it up and just kind of fuse a few layers here and there. So I'm going to fuse that. And I'm gonna actually grab a fused version of her. And what I want to see is if maybe I can liquefy a few of her features, kind of polish her up. Let's see how much Photoshop identifies here. That's not the layer I thought I was on. Okay. Do you identify a face? No, it does not. No, it doesn't detect a face. I'm not surprised. Okay, but we don't need it to. I just want to see if maybe I can pull the forehead up a little bit. Give her a little bit more of a forehead. Like that. Maybe grab that there. You know, just simple face liquefaction. Oh! That was... Maybe bring the chin up a little bit. Maybe push the mouth and the tip of the nose. No, 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 no. This would be a lot easier, Photoshop, if there was a huge chunk of ice that fell and made everything wet. Oh, I remember defrosting my fridge. Good times. Not really. But I remember defrosting my fridge, Mo. That is yeah. It's and yeah, when the huge chunk of ice that was blocking everything finally falls, it's quite. Okay, so this is what we had. Yeah, I think the new one is prettier. I think this one works better. Yeah, definitely. Okay. And we are going to add just a little bit of lens blur to stuff up here and down here and here and just to the edges of the hair. Maybe a lot over here. But we have to make sure that she is not going to fringe, which is the enemy of lens blur. So we're gonna defringe the layer. And then we are going to, wait, let me just duplicate that layer. And then we are going to lens blur, and it's way too high right now. So we're gonna lower that. Maybe there, actually that should work. And yeah, okay, I like this. Okay, let's see. Okay, now let's see what Photoshop has to propose. But first, oh, let's try this. Let's try pushing those lights a little bit. So I'm gonna add a layer, put it in lighten mode, and then go levels, and we're gonna push those levels a little bit, see what happens. That's actually nice. Let's see. Without? With. Let's lower the opacity on that. Kind of get that sort of medium point of it. But it does make it pop a little bit. Maybe not 100%. 100% is too much, but down around here, I think so. What if we take away saturation from that, bring it up a little bit more? Okay, maybe not entirely all the saturation, just some of it. Let's just go with some of it. A little bit less saturation. Like there. And then we can blur it a little bit. That gives it a little bit of a pop. Right? Right there. Okay. So we're going to grab that. Now let's see what Photoshop has to propose. In terms of neural filters. Always a lot of fun. Let's see if we have any color transfer stuff. This one here has not been working lately. I don't know why. Some of them work, some of them don't. That's... No, I don't think we need that. No, I don't think we need that. Okay, so let's just go to camera raw. We got a little bit of extra time. I think the color we're good. I think in color we don't really need to do much. Color's good because we added all that. But I do want to bring those blacks in and pop out those whites. Maybe give it a little bit more texture and a little bit more clarity.